We're in charge today.
An entire ward's missing.
We have enough here. I don't know where Kevin is.
I think four is a quorum, right? That's what
I think
it said.
Kevin said he couldn't be here either.
So
No, but he told me that.
majority of the members then holding office on the city council. So you are all holding office and you constitute a majority because you're 4 out of 7. So I will
Yep.
declare. Now, if you want to obligate the city, you will need the mayor to vote.
He'll be the tie.
But
We are not obligating the city to anything tonight.
Oh, yeah, what does that mean?
well, the expenditure of its money, so I should vote on financial stuff. So if you wish to approve bills payable, I will vote.
Wow,
and
I don't have a phone for that.
Use someone else's column, is done.
Oh, I can use vacancy. That's close to me.
There you go. There's a V like vacancy.
All right, we are up and going.
Okay, great. It is 6:31. I'd like to call this meeting of Morrison City Council to order. Clerk, would you call the roll?
Ruckner. Buckwalter.
Here.
Dunn.
Here,
Mahaffey.
here,
Schlegel. Travelt.
Here.
Tickler.
All right, there are 7 aldermen currently holding office. We have 4 present. I'm going to declare a majority. If we need to obligate the city for financial or liability issues, the mayor will have to vote. Can we say the pledge, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. To my knowledge, I didn't see anybody signed up for public comment. You have a written report from the chief. Do you wish to add anything to that?
No.
You have a written report from Parks and Recreation, which was pretty comprehensive. We do not have, tonight is not a night for a financial report. We have 4 items on the consent agenda. The minutes, bills payable, the bills payable are extensive, but City Administrator Melton did provide a note with explaining the larger ones in there. We have Historic Preservation Commission meeting minutes and Planning and Zoning Board meeting minutes, and I think there's actually 2 in there, but they're there. Does anybody wish to pull any of those consent agenda items? If not, is there a motion to approve items 1 through 4?
So.
Second.
It's on the floor for further consideration, questions, comments. There is money involved, and since we are right at the thing, I will ask for a roll call, and I will ask that my vote be requested. Clerk, would you call, please?
Buckwalter.
Yes.
Dunn.
yes.
Mahaffey.
Yes.
Travelt.
Yes.
Vandermeid.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right. For the 3rd time, the Deerview Condo Association asked to be heard about their snow removal request. At the last council meeting, the council's consensus was not to see this on the agenda again. They know when our meetings are, and people have not appeared. The city, well, the mayor will say that I'm not interested in entertaining this request anymore. I think that was the consent of the council last time. That said, it's on the agenda for discussion. Do you wish to affirm your consensus from last meeting? That would be the mayor's suggestion. Otherwise, if you wish to have a separate meeting with them at another time, really, I'll put it up for discussion right now. I think,
Can I make a recommendation?
Please.
In order for it to go on the agenda again, that Deerview present the city with a written proposal that we can review.
okay.
Prior to it being on the agenda.
And confirmation that they will be here, yeah.
All right, is the council okay with that being consensus? Okay, so either the mayor or the city administrator will communicate that to the association and say, we're willing, but you have to provide us a document in advance and you have to confirm that a representative will show up. Is that okay by consensus? Council is good with that? Thank you. All right. Ordinance 2615 variance for 210 West Lincoln Way. It's on your pages. Wow, we're already clear into 39. Oh, we had a lot of bills payable. Okay, so this is the sign, right, at Shop and Go. They are rebranding into a Conoco station. It was in the zoning board minutes. The one thing to note is that there is a sign there. It's not part of the zoning, but zoning board, there's always been a sign there, and zoning boards recommended approval. You can see that in their minutes. I see on page 35, you see a picture of their signage. Is there a motion to approve the ordinance?
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion or questions about this?
It'll stay like the exact, it looks like it'll be the exact.
It's gonna be the same size and height. Yeah, it's all in the minutes there.
Yep.
May I ask a question?
Please.
Are they currently a Conoco station or what kind of fuel station are they? Because I know,
Well, they now are officially a Conoco because they signed an agreement with Conoco. They just gotta get the Conoco sign and canopy.
Or that it was just private, right?
Before they were
Right.
independent, right?
Correct.
Okay. Any, go ahead. Further discussion? Questions? All right. It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay, we have also the new cemetery building, and we would like a resolution to take down the existing cemetery maintenance building. That resolution is on your pages 42 and 43, and the city administrator described it in his email to you earlier. It will require a little bit of excavation work and maintenance of the wetland area, and we will have to hire a contractor because our equipment is not sufficient to handle the work. So motion to approve that resolution for demolition.
So moved.
second,
It's on the floor for discussion, questions, comments. Are we obligating money by approving this resolution?
Not necessarily, but that's just more information.
Okay,
because-
so we'll get a bill. When we have to pay for it, we'll have to
Right.
vote on the money. Okay, so we can do this on a voice vote. No more questions, comments? All right, all those in favor of the demolition of the cemetery maintenance building?
I,
Any opposed? Hearing none, it passes. Okay, now we have approved replacing the blower in the sewage treatment plant. There needs to be some further electrical work, which is spelled out by the contractor or the Helm Services on your pages 44 through 47.
And up on the screen.
And up on the screen. So this is an additional obligation of $39,000.
Yeah.
Okay, and Shane has appeared. I think a motion to approve would be in order, and then it would be good to talk to Shane.
I do want to make one note, it's not 39,000, because there's an additional 9,000 from Aeromod, our other contractor,
Okay,
the manufacturer of the equipment at the plant,
okay.
because they have to supply some auxiliary panels that don't have to be installed.
Okay,
so that's an addition to the 39, so it's actually.
Yes, it's.
so we're pushing 50.
Total.
Okay. I think you kind of told us about that when we approved the boulders in the first place, like, didn't you? If,
I don't believe so, because this kind of came up unexpected.
Okay.
Because this wasn't, at the time when the blowers weren't we didn't know about this. This cooling fan issue between the current ones and the new ones.
Okay, so if the mayor may make a suggestion, a motion to approve up to, let's go round up to $50,000 for additional blower work, including panels, down at the water treatment plant.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, well, thank you. Do you have any questions? Shane has graciously appeared. Appreciate your following up on this stuff. I'm glad, because I brag about our 21st century treatment plant to everybody who talks to me, so.
Trying to keep it running, that's
Good.
it, you know.
Could you just tell us like what work has to be done and why? I don't think I think I missed that.
So the blowers that were originally installed, so during the bid process, the contractor, we used a particular vendor for the screen within the headworks plus the Aeromod plant and the blowers, they all came from the same vendor. So the contractor got a better deal by packaging all three together. The blowers that we got were not the blowers I originally wanted. The blowers we're getting now are the ones that I did want. The blowers we have not been the best quality to use. They've been a problem since day one. And last year, we had one of them basically tear itself apart. So we've been down to 2 blowers. We've got one that's literally on its last leg and may go any day, which would put us down to just 1 blower.
So the electrical hookup that's there now is just not compatible with the new ones?
So the change is because the old blowers, it all has to do with the cooling fans. The cooling fans on the old blowers have a different kind of setup than the blowers, the cooling fans on the new blowers. And the new blowers, the cooling fans, they have to get a signal from our VFDs, which control the blowers. And that signal has to come from the VFD to the blowers, where the current blowers don't have that requirement. So that's where we have to have this additional electrical work done. All the power cables are there. They're gonna be able to hook right up to those. It's just they have to run some extra conduit and some extra control wires so that the new blowers will receive this signal from the VFD to know when to kick the cooling fans on and off.
Got it. Is this work being done by the same people that you're getting the blowers from, or is it an outside?
No. Kaiser is the one that manufactures the blowers. Helm Group is the one that's doing the installation of the blowers,
Okay,
plus doing the electric.
got it. Okay.
Great. And how many years did we get out of those blowers again? 17,
Line 17.
9, yeah,
So
9
9
years.
years.
And the blowers
It's
do,
very good.
the blowers cool the equipment or? No?
The blowers provide air for the Aeromod,
Ah, okay,
so
for,
90%.
to do the science.
The process is
Okay.
controlled by air,
Okay,
and that's what the blowers are for.
got it. So that's the science part. Okay. Any further questions? All right, there's a motion on the table for approval. It includes money, so I would ask that I would be, in today's situation, included in a roll call vote.
Buckwalter,
Yes.
Dunn,
Yes.
Mahaffey,
Yes.
Travell.
Yeah.
Vandermeid.
Yes. Thank you. It's very
Thanks,
helpful.
Shane.
Thank you.
All right. We have some proposals on the change in the water and wastewater charges and schedules. Again, no change in fees, but a couple of adjustments to connect, disconnect, and reconnecting, and who's responsible when a landlord has a tenant who leaves. I would suggest that we treat this as for discussion only, because there are a fair number of changes, most of which make sense as you page through the what do you call it? Strikeout and, in underlying draft, yeah. So I would suggest we're not ready to act on this tonight, but city administrator has done a lot of work on this, and I think now is an appropriate time to ask questions about where city is going with these changes. Are there any questions? I know there's several pages there, starting on your page 48 and going all the way to your page 60.
And may I comment on it?
Yeah, please.
Just to repeat what the mayor said, this is not a discussion for any rate changes. This is essentially to address two main issues and update the specific water and wastewater charges ordinance, which was last touched, I believe, in 1985, so 41 years ago. Because there's some things in it that just are way out of date that we don't do anymore. But the two biggest issues are, right now, if somebody goes through the process and does not pay their water bill, basically for the second month in a row, they get shut off. And right now we charge them $50 to shut them off and $50 to reconnect them, which is kind of goes against probably the reason why they can't pay to begin with. So I'm offering to basically cut that fee in half and only charge them $50. What I did was I just basically am offering to remove the fee for the connection of the water and just charge them for the disconnection of the water. You can do it. You can play the numbers how you want or the language how you want, but basically I'm just offering to cut the fee in half. And then the other thing is, as the mayor said, the biggest issue is no longer making necessarily property owners, landlords responsible for water bills. So as the ordinance is now, is if you are a landlord, you can make your tenant pay for their own water, sign up and get their own account. And then if they decide to just skip town, the landlord is responsible for that fee. There's arguments both ways. However, we have changed our process in collecting utility billing by collecting the account. When somebody signs up for a new water service, we are now gathering their date of birth and their social security number. So we can more effectively go after them through collections should they decide not to pay, and basically relieve the landlord of that responsibility. Again, a very old practice, 41 plus years old. Don't think it's necessarily fair to the property owner, him or his self, to pay for that bill, because we're going to go after him and get what we can anyway. And that's created some angst and some unpleasant conversations in the past with landlords. But so that's why I'm offering to change that language in the ordinance to remove the responsibility, unless the landlord is the one who signs up for the water bill. Of course, it's whoever signs up for the water bill. It's their account, they're responsible. So.
Okay.
Nice and there, it's just kind of a double-edged sword, and which is the right side of the sword.
It is.
You are.
It is, but we think that until now, till I realized this and had discussion with Shelley, we have gone in the past, gone after people, and we'll still go after those that aren't paying their water bills, but it's much more difficult to locate them people with just a name. And now also we have to verify who they are. So now when they get water service, it's like any other service. You have to give proof of identification, give your date of birth and social security number, just like you have to do with everything else. And so we can go after the right person. That's just the way you do things in today's world. So we need to come out of the eighties with our process, so. That's all I have.
Can I ask you, just so the council's aware, Brian and I spoke this week about potentially, and I might be putting the cart before the horse here. But if we can do it, I would like to see it added to this. Just that, you know, some people, not everyone, but people fall on hard times. And as we discussed, Brian and I discussed, you know, water is an essential of life, right? So I would like to see the city set forth some sort of hardship program. People may be limited to apply for that hardship, maybe once every, whatever's appropriate, 3 years, once every 5 years, right? But sometimes people just need a little hand up, right? And so they don't lose their water service. So I would like to see something like that included with this, since we're taking the time to rewrite everything. Just kind of try to get the consensus of what other people think of something like that, like if they prove income limits, right? Because everyone has changed of circumstance. Um,
I think it'd be as I told Sedana, I think it's a great idea. But there'd have to be very specific
Yeah.
parameters in place, because as we talked about, people can, not saying they will, but perhaps abuse it as well.
we
There's
definitely
just-
wanna see
there's-
that happen.
Yeah, we don't want to see that happen either, but we also, I think we're in a position as a government entity, to help people. So,
Yeah.
but again, yeah, there has to be parameters,
Speaking of two-edged swords, yeah,
yeah.
I have very limited experience in that. I made an executive decision once to forgive the reconnect fee for somebody, and they had gone to Tri-County to get assistance and so on and so forth. And they stopped paying after that. So it was not a pleasant experience. And then when we went to turn off their water, they hired an attorney to keep the water department from coming onto their property, yeah.
Yeah,
And then they moved out. And I saw them back up the U-Haul and into the front, it was a rental property, into the front yard. They backed it up right to the front door and spun the tires to make sure the yard was damaged. And then moved. So it is that's anecdotal. That's not data. That's a story. But it has to be very well. And we put that bulletin board is full of where you can go for help. And both Barb and Shelley in the office have that right ahead of them. And I said, you need help, you can call, it's Tri-County, you can call, da.
Right, and I think, so I recently encountered a young woman who needed some assistance and had gone to Tri-County, and one of the difficulties she encountered with Tri-County is she had not received, for example, a shut off notice from the city. So like, we don't send, I know like, when I was in the suburbs, if your water is gonna be shut off, they came and hung a tag on people's doors. You know, and as a city, we don't do anything like that. We have a card that says you're subject. I think the card says something like you're subject to termination if it's not paid by the state. But I don't know if Tri-County is not accepting those. I can't speak about what I know about, right?
Sure.
So, or maybe we create some sort of red tag or that they can come to the city and pick up to show Tri-County. I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is.
Well, and sometimes, somebody might be already in a hardship before they even get, a water bill in their name. Let's say somebody, a spouse and kids leaves the other spouse and they
Right.
need to get residency somewhere else, but they don't even have the money for the deposit or to pay the bill. So
For sure, it's situation.
there's hardships before they even get water,
Right.
so.
I just don't know if that's something we could include language in this, right?
Yeah.
Since we're talking about all of the charges for water and wastewater, you know, just kind of wrap it all up with all like, you know, like in one.
Well, I think, yeah, and I think there's gotta be examples out there. I mean, I hate to
Oh, for
put
sure.
stuff on your plate, but
Oh, I'm not gonna reinvent the wheel. Trust
yeah,
me.
okay. There's gotta be, yeah.
I'll find,
There'll be,
Yeah, I'll-
we must have examples of community of basically of our size in our demographics where they have a,
program that works
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. 'Cause-
and some
Okay.
that don't.
Yeah, and so, okay, I think then I'll speak for the city and just say we'll take that under advisement. And we'll keep this as a discussion item until we have something we feel really, that really addresses your concern, because I'm supportive as mayor and as a citizen of the town. I think we've got a really good start here. This is more than a good start. And we can probably wrap that up, so.
Yeah.
And, if you find anything in your work, holler. I mean, let us know. Yeah, well, I don't want to hear a lot of that, I know, but
Great.
thank you. All right, council satisfied with this discussion?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, and so keep, and do, when you can't fall asleep, walk through and read the suggestion changes and where it was and where we're going. And then keep an open mind, and we'll keep this on the agenda. At this point, my favorite ever sentence is, motion to adjourn is in order.
Move, second.
All right, anybody opposed? Hearing none? At 6:56, we are adjourned. Thank you all.
And everybody get ready to share the positive Facebook posts when this gets done.
Oh, yeah,
He
yeah.
is reduced, 'cause
You have more?
at our